out a little bit. Whenever I am planning a project like this, I want to kind of think about what I want to do first and think about how I want my colors arranged. And for my project this time, I want to do a rainbow effect in a circle and have my colors radiate out from that. But I want to pre-plan that out on my cutting mat first and then probably take a picture of it, because I know me and I won't remember once I start cutting and moving things around. So after I get my layout set up, I will take a picture of that so that I have a record of what I've done. So let's kind of think about what I want to start out with. I like these little smaller prints for a middle section, but I don't think I want this latticey one, or grid, whatever you want to call it, in the center, because I don't think there's enough design in it, and this could also give me some resting space for the eye somewhere else in the project. So I am going to not pick this one for the beginning. I don't necessarily want my focal prints in the middle, because in the middle of this project is diamonds and it turns into a star, and I think that might get lost in some of the design elements that we're going to do. So I'm going to set these aside as well for right now. The white and gray, obviously there's not enough interest there for me, and it won't start off our rainbow from the center, so I'm going to put that one aside as well. So that leaves me with my more ditzy prints here, and I can see from my pattern like what my layout's going to be. So as I'm thinking, I'm also looking at my pattern so that I have a guide to go from. So if we just start laying this out in a rainbow type color, we can always shift and play if we don't get it exactly like we like it, but let's see. In my normal things, I might put it like this, but there's a couple of things here that don't line up very well. So this one has some pink in it, and so I think it might look better next to the purple here. So I'm going to switch this one over here and put this one here so that we have that good color combination there. And then the teal and the yellow next to each other, I do like that because there's a little bit of, it's a green, but it's got a little yellow cast to it here. And the teal and the flower pretty much goes with this. So we're matching, trying to match kind of what's next to it. If you think about this, it has a little dot here in the middle that kind of matches with this. The leaf here and the little flowers here matches with this. This one and this one don't really go together, so we're going to switch that. And same thing, we're continuing on around, and now our dark purple and back to our teal. So this one all makes sense to me because everything goes together. It goes what's next to it and starts building our rainbow effect out from that. So now let's think about what our next step is. Our next steps are the hexagon, so it's a little bit bigger print. So I can go back to some of these focal prints that I was avoiding for these center diamonds, and we can choose from that. So the next one I'm going to pick from here, I've kind of put these into groups already of what I want to use. But so if you're familiar with Tula Pink's Full Moon Forest prints, these are owls, and they're very, very big designs. So you've kind of got to look at the colors there and where you possibly might fussy cut something, which we'll get to in a little bit. But right now I'm just laying out colors. If it doesn't work later, we can always switch it around. That's the great thing about this, is nothing's permanent, right? As long as we have fabric, we can recut it, so we're good. So if we think about our color layout here, I think I'm gonna start with this one, and I think I want it to go here. I could fussy cut maybe a purple, little bit of a purple animal here to continue on with my purple things here. This one obviously goes with the purple, so that works out well. And if we think about our layout, this is the same print as this one, and it might look good if we put this here so when we fussy cut something that we see the same image across from each other. So if we're going to go with that theory, let's think about this one coming up here, and then our owls going across here. And yeah, you can see some of the owl there and some of the owl there. But that will help us continue some of the color around. So this one isn't exactly yellow, but there's some yellow in the bee. The turquoise matches the greens next to this green, so we know that we're matching there. These colors here go pretty well. The pink goes into here. These lighter green colors tie into this one. So you can see we're working from not just out, but we're looking at side to side as to what's going to go with the next print. So let's put in, we've got another row of diamonds coming up, and it'll kind of go in between these things, but let's think about now how we can rotate our design a little bit and work with our next color shift. So I'm going to go here, we're going to go here, 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 and there we go. So this will help tie in here. This will tie in still with this because we've got the yellow in here and the lighter colors in there. This will tie in with some of the yellows here, the pinks with the pinks in here. So as you see, as we shift around, because things will come down in between, we're still matching the color groups. So I'm going to go ahead and leave these here so I can think kind of out in my rainbow idea here. So this is where it gets a little bit harder because I don't have really another yellow print to use. So I've got to think outside the box. What can we do for this yellow print? I am going to choose this one because there's quite a bit of yellow in these fish guys. So get this where we have a piece. So we've got some yellow in here and we've got some pink in here. So this will tie in pretty nicely here. And once again, if we think across our fabric, then that puts our other fish here, which this works out well because he's got some pink that goes with this one and some green and teal that starts working in here. So the next thing that I want to lay out is this one. So even though this one's really purple and could work here, there's a lot of orange in this print. So that works as tying in my three categories here. Let's see, our matching one to that is this one. So if we come over here, you can see this lighter green in here starts working back in here. Even though it's not yellow, it's still tying in with that print. And everything still has a little bit of pink in it, pink or purple in it. So this one's got our teal. That kind of helps with our owl here, the darker shades in here. And of course ties across to all of those colors. And then this one can go back with our orange and still works with our teal over there. So we've got our main plan laid out here. And this is the point where I would take a picture of this because I know me way too well and I will not remember how I laid this out. So I want to make sure that I get a good idea. You might be a person that wants to cut swatches and attach them to something so that you can see it. Me, I'm all about the digital. My phone's usually with me and I can just take a picture of it and then pull that picture up whenever I'm ready.